Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dealer, and this is Brigandine. Not sure how long this is going to take, but you guys will know because you'll see the video link. So, I just moved, so I should have waited until next round. Alright, well, get to see last batch of items. Rival stones, panaceas, not useful, life potion. Okay, so we can put the life potion to use. I think we cap at 999 HP. One way to find out. Well, didn't get high enough. That's fine. So, supposedly if you're able to deal with the optional boss, this should not be too big of an issue. Here we are. You rune knights that have taken complete control of all of Mother Runersia. Feast your eyes on that which you call your rune god. This is its true form. Now you must finally stop and face the truth. This is the rune god? Most terrifying. Miss Eliza, behold his wrath. Aurora, please get control of Endorian. This rune god blessed man with mana, and in doing so granted you tremendous power. But at what cost? As long as mankind continues to use the blessing of mana, you seem unable to stop waging wars. The wars continue and inevitably lead you and your loved ones on an endless path toward death. Rune Knights, now it is time for you to face the truth. Aurora, how can you speak with such conviction about the will of the Rune God? The blood of the Rune God courses through this form of man, a form that was a gift from my mother. Impossible. His blood will not stop whispering to me. He tells me to let the fools of mankind sleep, remain in ignorance. That can't be. You must open your eyes. Is this the god that you want to put your faith in? Ruler of Runersia? Now is the time for man to see through the truth of this great power. Join me, and together we can defeat this false god. Else, join him and face me in combat. It is your choice. But then the fate of the one who would rule all of Runersia had already been decided. Confront Aurora? Confront the Rune God. So we'll confront the Rune God. It does change the boss fight, and it does change the ending. Will you fight alongside Aurora and Endorian to defeat the Rune God? This battle will be tough without the Rune God's protection. That's fine. The Rune God, mana, and all its power. Aurora, are you saying that Runersia has no such need for such things? Conquering heroine of the ruler of Runersia, you already know the answer to that question. Since obtaining the power of mana, what has mankind done? You have used it to wage wars. So long as mankind clings to the power of mana, Runersia will never see the end of the bloodshed. How can you deny that? It can't be, but if what you say is true, it would be wrong to look the other way, isn't that right, Freshman Eliza? Eliza grasped the mana stone tightly and wrenched it from the Brigandine. Miss Eliza, what are you doing? I know what I must do, Aurora. It is as you have said. Rune God, it is time for mankind to return the mana stones. Without the power of the mana stones, our Brigadines may be powerless against you. Yet even so, the time has come for us, for mankind rid itself of this false god. Ellie! That is what my father, Arlen Uzala, taught me before he died. About the true glory of Guiamole. She flung the Mana Stone into the sky, and it was swallowed up by the vortex in a blinding flash. An ear-splitting roar echoed from the sky as if to indicate the wrath of God. I see you've finally made up your mind, heroine of Runersia. Aurora, will you fight with me for the glory of No, to restore the glory of all the peoples of Runersia? Huh, just make sure you don't get in my way. Stay on your guard, or the Endorian will send you flying. Prepare yourself, Rune God. So, I'm curious. Battle of Death Valley. Alright. Alright, so I have the Endorian to help. And you get to fight all the heroes. Now, Rune God, you shall know the very sorrow and pain you have created. What is going on? How irritating. It would appear those impudent idols must be dealt with before I can make use of Endorian's rage. The time has come, knights. I need your help. In return, I shall lend you my strength as well. Incarnation of Rune something. I didn't see what the rest of that said. Come, ruler of Runersia, attack with everything you have. For the glory of Runersia, we will kill a god. Let's go, everyone. Alright, well, they go first. Okay, it's gonna do its death beam attack. Alright. So a few things I'm curious about. Okay, so now I'm just stuck with President's armor. So I don't actually have the immunities anymore. Which actually brings up some interesting points. Yeah, that actually debuffs me. So you know what? I'm going to load. Alright, so what we need to do... we need to change our gear. Thankfully, I have a... oh, I can't actually take it off. Okay, well, I can at least take off the Sanctity Mana Stone here. Since obviously it doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, we can't use the Mana Stones. Okay. HP Strength. Fortunately, there's not really any that are that good. At all. I mean, I could take this, I guess. For what it's worth, I guess. Sure. Put that. I'm just seeing if there's anything else. Alright, yeah, we'll just stick with that. And I can't swap Eliza's armor, unfortunately. That does give me... I could possibly summon another unicorn, so I might as well. Do that. Alright, so sorry about that. I did not know how that was going to work. But losing the armor set bonus really kind of is a kick in the teeth. Now, if you choose the other option, you do get to keep the rest of the nonsense. But then you have to fight Aurora and Endorian instead. Alright, so let's do this again. With gusto. Skip. Okay. Confront the Rune God.
Aurora.
Skip here, unfortunately. Okay. So the individual idols are supposedly decently strong, but they are by themselves. They don't have any monsters. Alright, Incarnation of Rune, vulnerable. Alright. Alright, let's try this. So now I get to keep my armor, my set bonuses. Oh yeah, I never actually looked at these stats. Giant magical beast with a fearsome appearance and a deep-seated hatred for the Rune God. From its home in Death Valley, the only part of Runersia not to be blessed with mana, it has been a protector to the Pendulum tribe for generations, like monsters summoned by humans using mana. This creature shuns mana energy, making it a natural enemy to the Rune God and his followers. And then we got covers 10% of MP every turn. Shockwave, Avalanche, and then Basilisk Stare, which can do Petrify. A young woman born from the Rune God and a human mother, she despises the godly half of herself, convinced that that is what took her mother's life. She considers the Rune God nothing but a hypocritical tyrant who uses the promise of mana's power to control humanity while viciously striking down any dissenters. She travels the continent upon the Endorian in hopes of exposing her father's true nature. A soulless puppet created to render judgment upon those who oppose the Rune God. Its appearance is based on a legendary cleric who fought in the name of sanctity. Alright, so level 30. No equipment. Yeah, in each of these, idols will reduce the damage that the Rune God takes by 20%, so all of them active negate all the damage. I'm assuming all these say the same thing. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it's letting us know the terrain here is dangerous because of the beam attack that's coming. Oh, speaking of. Yeah, so he's got the Benevolent Rain, which will heal, it looks like. And then the ultra powerful beam attack that you don't want to get hit by. And this will hit everyone within a 1 hex radius with a 5 range. Mysterious force that descended upon Runersia and granted mankind unlimited power. Alright, give me 1 second. Because my cat is on the desk again. Alright. So I'm not sure how strong these guys are. But I'm willing to play along to find out. Okay, I'm outside of his range, which is the important part. Definitely do not want to provoke his special move. Okay. So I'll join you there. Do you even have movement? ability is 1. Okay. So you can reach, no one else can. God, some of these movements are awful. So yeah, we're gonna go right there. I could start fighting now, but I'm not going to. Okay, next round. Death beam. $1,000 damage. This is good. Okay. Okay. Restless stare. Trapped. I don't know what the trap means. Unable to move this turn, can be dispelled with spell ring. So I'm assuming you still can counterattack. Okay, so question. Okay, it's 66% chance to hit me, so they're not totally helpless. Not good enough. What I can do is do this. Oh, only 63% chance to hit. Okay, never mind. So move up. Eight damage. Alright, 8 level ups. Good stuff. Alright, so he's not currently charging up. So I should be able to just freely attack. God, look at that damage. Oh, poison. Oh yeah, I'm not immune to status effects anymore. That's a thing. Okay. That's 2 down. Let's go ahead and cure that. And then get you moving to try to support heal. Okay. So here's the question. Do you still counterattack? Yes, you do. You certainly do. So I can Venom. Nope. But I can also do Bewitching Step. I'll do it. Okay. Let's go ahead and Screech now. I'm not going to be able to surround, so I'm just going to have to make do. Good hit. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Jeez. Well, aren't you annoying? That killed you, which means I can outflank you. Okay. Nice hit. Do you know Excel? No. Do you know Excel? No. Alright, then you guys will just move up. I mean, I might as well move up as close as I can. Here, be bait. So I guess ultimate question, how much damage can you do? Pretty okay damage. Nice crit. You're unfortunately gonna get hit pretty hard though. Alright, and that should finish you off. Level 30. Okay. I get to deal with you now. Divine punishment. Ow. Okay. I'll get out of your way. Everyone, get clear of Endorian's attack. Don't need to tell me. Take your time. You'd think teleporting would have be a bit more viable. Alright. So which can you counterattack at range? You cannot. Bonk. I believe he's immune to all status effects, so at this point, might as well just heal people. Oh, I believe he doesn't counterattack at all. I believe that's what I've read. Yeah, he doesn't counterattack. So I just need to make sure I don't die from his standard attacks. And of course we have to get everyone out of the way before the trouble starts. Oh, I should have healed first. Oh well. I can heal you. Okay. So I can move up here. Good hit. Go ahead and bite ya. you can go there. Alright. So unfortunately, that's death rays come in. I can start doing curse. For some extra damage. At this point, you might as well just heal. Okay, and then I can move you. Divine Rays out of range. I'm definitely inviting the AoE there, but that's okay. Safely stand there. Poke. Alright, what are you gonna do next? I'm assuming you're gonna... Okay, he's gonna heal himself. He recovers 460, which is about 2 or 3 hits worth. Feel our anger and grief and disappear from this world. Endorian. Demolition Blast! Hey, yours is better than his. The Rune God has never displayed this much power before, but Endorian and I shall not relent until our rage is sated. Okay, so you're gonna switch to that side and start spewing out laser beams? Oh, okay. That is a way of attacking, yes. Alright, well, I think we can probably finish things up in this round. Ultimate Flare. Ultimate Flare. Okay, he's down to 758 health left. Alright. Let's do this then. Yeah, we were way over-prepared for this, but we were also doing the extra content, which arguably was more difficult because it was actual units we had to deal with. I mean, I have multiple tier 3 units here, so it's to be expected. Whoa, hello. We'll erase all traces of you from these lands. Alright, has everyone done their one-liners? Let's do this. Kate can take the honors. I'm surprised it gave you experience. No victory experience, obviously. A long, long time ago. Many proud and glorious rune knights lived in the lands we now call Guimole. There were the three Molong sisters, Mohana Karadine and General Zai. These knights were gifted with the power of mana, and they used it to lead their nations to untold glory. It is possible these brave knights were led down a path of war by the very same rune god who had given them their powers. And it is possible that they, deep down, they grieved over their inability to withstand the god's influence. However, I believe their trials have forged mankind into what it is today. We have freed ourselves from the chains of the rune god, and now we can start the journey down our own path. It begins with a single step, then another, and another. This time we shall walk a path of glory. A path we take pride in, for we choose it ourselves. Wouldn't you agree, Father? Now, may you rest in eternal freedom, our proud and glorious rune knights. The rune god has blessed our sacred land of Runersia since time immemorial. The glorious and endless fountains of mana. And on this land, the creatures of mankind had a great desire to use the knowledge gained from the power of mana to thrive and prosper. But only the men who completely immersed themselves in the power of mana emerged as the leaders of small tribes that eventually led to the founding of nations. However, there were no limits to the power humans could gain with mana. In the end, however, the mana began to affect their minds and drove mankind to seek more and more power. So they invaded small states and entire nations just to fulfill their desire for conquest. Was this truly the will of the rune god? Or just the result of mankind, corrupted by the power of the divine? No one can say for certain. However, if the great unifier of the land were to take a look at all the events of the past, it is certain that this was a path chosen by mankind alone. A choice to forge a new path into Runersia's future. And there you go. That is the end. So yeah, I've been wanting another Brigandine game for quite some time. As I've mentioned many times, it's one of my top games from the PlayStation era, or PlayStation 1 era. Overall, it's been an improvement. I think the PlayStation 1 version actually probably had better music, I feel like. The music in this game is a little bit more subdued, it feels like. It does have a kind of a proper ending, but like I said before, I don't really care much for boss fight type stuff. This game, there's not very many good tactical RPGs out there, in my opinion. There's a few series out there. Obviously, there's the Fire Emblems, and I play Langrisser, but that's about it. There's a few more. I've been playing a couple of others, like Symphony of War and stuff like that. But yeah, honestly, everything about this has been practically an improvement. I like the equipment system, the quest systems a bit. The quest system is more subdued in a lot of ways. They don't really have much story to them in most cases, besides just picking up a rune knight. In the previous game, there were quest lines that lasted multiple seasons in some cases. There was also the risk of a quest failing. Well, this game does have quest failure, but there was also situations where you would actually get injured as a result of things happening. And rather than having like items that give you stat increases, like in this game, the previous game just gave you the stat increase, which kind of was useless because usually the people you send on quest are the people you don't use. I do like how there's kind of different locations having different quests, and then you can kind of pick and choose what you are trying to get, which is kind of it's why I was able to get the items so quickly. I didn't actually have to spend very long just cycling seasons. Obviously, if you have infinite time and you're willing to cycle the seasons, you can definitely make your characters incredibly strong. Full sets of 3-star equipment is obviously very, very, very powerful. But I did all that just to ensure I didn't waste a lot of time doing the extra content, which I now don't need to do ever again. All that stuff is now officially unlocked. Those quest locations are unlocked, as well as is that accessory. We've also now completed the game officially. I've actually not beaten the game until just now, so this will unlock a bunch of things for me. One of it being challenge mode, and then the other one being custom mode, which is unique to the Steam version. Challenge mode, from what I've read, is kind of there's a bunch of like achievements. It's the way it's set up is that you have to accomplish certain things within a certain time limit. And if you succeed, you'll eventually progress, and then you'll progress, and eventually you'll take over the world, take over the continent. And during those phases, you have a bunch of achievements that you can get that increases your score. And the goal is to try to get the highest score possible. Challenge mode does have unlocks that you can get depending on how high your score is. I believe 25,000 is the highest. 25,000 will unlock that optional boss as a unit. I think around 15,000 unlocks Aurora, and then I don't remember the other ones. I know 5,000 I think unlocks Kay, who's the shinobi woman that blew herself up. That I guess she just comes back for the to help out, I guess. And then there's another character after Kay that is essentially Rudo's father, I believe. I'll probably unlock those off screen. I don't really plan on recording another playthrough of this game, but I will probably be playing this game a bunch off screen now that I've kind of unlocked things. Every knight that you collect or have join you does get added to the pool for challenge and custom mode, because both of them, the way they work is you pick a leader and then you pick essentially like 9 other knights of your choosing for the most part. The catch, of course, is for custom mode, and, well, I'm not sure about custom mode, but in challenge mode, you start at level 1. So yes, you can probably grab those characters that were really powerful, but, like, if you grab the Dark Knight character, for example, he's not going to be a Dark Knight, he'll probably just be a fighter. And also in the case of, like, challenge mode and custom mode, the main leaders, their class changes become available upon hitting level 20. So you don't have to wait for a story trigger like the others. Quick and easy way to get like the maximum amount of knights very quickly unlocked is just to start each of the factions, and just go through the first few seasons to unlock their general starting unlocks, and then at that point you don't have to really progress any further. Technically, there's a unique ending for each of the factions, and then obviously there's a different ending depending on whether or not you take the Rune God side or not. So there's technically 12 different endings, but they're not anything that are worth showing in more Let's Plays. That we'll put it that way. I do like how it's kind of showing all of the forces I have. Of course, the majority of them were, of course, just solo Rune Knights, because obviously they weren't being used for anything. I do like playing with like some sort of restriction on myself. That's usually how I've been playing since I'm more or less used to the game. The AI in this game is better than the previous game, but it's kind of just an unfortunate thing about AI in video games, especially in strategy games. The AI can't. It's really hard to make very good and convincing AI that's not just flat out cheating. I do appreciate that the game doesn't really cheat. From what I can tell, they don't just give them free mana or free resources and things like that. Obviously, there's RNG elements because they are obviously using quests and all that good stuff. But I kind of like how it's normal. It's AI that does react. It does kind of try to position itself. It's very easy to bait, unfortunately. But with that allows me to does give me flexibility to kind of play however I want. So if I want to, I can always, make a team of nothing but, elementals, or make a team that's nothing but archers and see how far. Or in this playthrough where I tried to play as much as possible without using any male characters, I did have to use them just as a deterrent, because I only had so many female knights at the beginning. I did have to use them once in one combat as defenders, which isn't a big deal. I'm familiar with the male classes. I have used them before in the previous game, and they're all practically very similar. I do like how there's no special classes that are locked away. In the previous games, the ninja class and the ninja master class were completely locked away. The only way you can use them is by getting a certain character that has access to the class, and then at that point you'll be able to make people into ninjas. In this game, they kind of mix that into the dancer line and leads to assassin, which I definitely like. I do like the majority of the classes. Bard's starting point is kind of meh, but for the most part, all the classes are usable. I played majority of this game without any healer classes, except for like one character. Usually, a thing I'll sometimes do is I'll just dip into cleric for 5 levels, and then I'll switch to enchantress. That way, I have access to heal, which does add some additional flexibility. But if you're willing to just have some unicorns in your forces, that alone gets you enough healing to kind of carry you through. The strategies for getting high scores in the challenge mode generally just involve picking Rudo for your leader, because Rudo has ridiculously strong abilities that can be used even when moving, and also has access to... and then what you essentially do is just use nothing but elementals, because elementals are strong enough that you can actually kill even though you have low power. And I believe this is just listing all the monsters I just have laying around. Yeah, it's pretty easy to snowball in this game. If you're willing to attack on all fronts, you might not have as many fancy monsters or fancy gear, but you'll quickly overwhelm the AI because they'll just kind of starve. Oh, does it actually go through? That's kind of neat. I do like the fact that it kind of shows the turn-by-turns. That's actually kind of neat. It took me it looks like it took me about 7 seasons to take over my first location. It took me 3 attempts to take over my first location, but once I got the ball rolling, I was kind of in good shape. I chose a poor makeup for that first area because obviously it was very forest heavy. But I've kind of like the easiest way if you don't want to mess with elementals is centaurs. Like centaurs and having like an archer hero, you can very easily just snipe down heroes and or rune knights and just kind of win that way. But as you can see, I took over the place in 27 seasons, so a little over a year. And then at that point, I took forever. Yeah, as you can see, I took, well, multiple years to do this, because I was grinding out a bunch of quests. There you go, 98 seasons. Alright, I can save this battle, okay. Save clear game data. Loading a clear game data save allows you to start a new game with the items carried over the last game. That's kind of funny, but sure, I'll save. We will carry it over to this one. I don't know what point of doing that is, because I have so many legendary items, it would probably be trivial. I guess you could just see how... I guess you could try to do like a minimum unit run, I suppose. But there you go. Like I said, really great game. I'm very happy. I mean, as of late, it feels like legends endure for as long as they remain in people's minds. Alright, new play mode has been unlocked. You can now enjoy alternate chapter challenge mode. New play mode has been unlocked. You can now enjoy origin chapter mode, creative mode. Okay, so yeah, I was about to say, if you like recently, like within the past year or two, a lot of games that I never really thought would ever come to Steam have been coming to Steam, and that's been really, really nice. Like a lot of Toho fan games have been coming out on Steam. Heck, just regular Toho games have been coming out on Steam. Brigandine came out on Steam. I'm really, really happy they've been doing things like that. So, yeah, if we go to new game, we now have access to challenge mode and creative mode. I can briefly look at creative mode. Like I mentioned before, challenge mode, you literally pick one faction. Also, I think in challenge mode, you start with only your capital, and then you just kind of have to fight your way from there. Nation strives plunged into chaos, blah, 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 blah. Alright, players are given a great degree of freedom and creativity over the game's power balance, knights, and difficulty level. Customize power balance of continent, freely assign knights to any nation, customize difficulty level to your liking. So yeah, we can go customize, and yeah, we can literally pick so yeah, I can literally start painting the map with whatever factions I want. So if I want to, I can go and just paint whatever I want. If I can cancel. Yeah, that's fine, cancel. And then if I hit left and right, there's some custom setups already. So in this one, I believe there's one major power. And well, actually, you can use it as a base template, and then you can edit from there. So you have the standard setup. You got random free-for-all, which is random every time you do it, as you can see. Which can be kind of funny, because you can see situations like this one, where you can see Tim's faction is spread all the way across the continent. Like, it's just scattered everywhere. That's kind of funny. Then you have the major power ones for each of the factions. So this one, it has Spanish Licia in power. Then Rosalia, Shinobi. This is a free-for-all, just a different pattern. So you can see the pirates are a little bit more exposed. Well, the original pirate location, which is now Shinobi, is a bit more exposed. So for this one, it's... well, funny enough, the pirates are still only having 2 fronts to fight on, but still, you can kind of see some different setups here. Then you got 3-sided, so you have 3 kingdoms going on here. Same thing here. Different sort of 3 nations, 4 nations, 5 nations, and then 6 nations, and then random. Yep, and then from there, you'll be able to pick what knights are in each faction, and if you really want to go that in-depth with it, and then just kind of mess around from there. So it's kind of interesting. I'm going to go ahead and head out of this. And then if I go to challenge mode, so again, who will you ally with to conquer this land of eternal conflict? This mode tests your strategic finesse. Select which knights to use, test your skills, and aim for a high strategy score. Challenge mode's difficulty is the same as the main mode's hard setting, so what we were just in. So despite it being called a strategy score, the one complaint many people have about this is going fast punishes you in this mode. So even if you are very strategic and methodically taking over everything, what ends up happening is two things. One is you'll probably miss out on a number of achievements, which means you get a lower score. And then the other thing is the AI gets a boost every time you hit every milestone. In which case, what will happen then is there's a possibility of the AI just suddenly getting a boost of power and out-leveling you. Yeah, and then you can see how this works. So it's only highlighting one territory for each of these, and then the rest of them get divvied up between all the other factions, which can be a bit of a rough start. And then if we were to pick a faction, like if I wanted to go ahead and go with Guimole again, customize items related to game difficulty. Sure. Oh, okay, never mind. No. Republic Guimole is starting the game with Eliza Ozala, are you sure? Yes. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Well, it's letting me know I can pick knights. So you can see I don't have all of them on. You got the unaffiliated. You have the specials, which are the people you unlock from challenge mode. Then each of the factions, of course, have theirs. I haven't started all the factions yet, so I don't have all of them unlocked. It looks like I'm missing one from Della or from Shinobi. Got everyone for there. What one am I missing from Shinobi? Well, I could find out, I guess. Alright. Well, in any case, but yeah, you get to pick, looks like 1, 3, 6, yeah, 9 different knights. Generally, the idea is you want to pick characters that have good rune area, and possibly or good growth. Usually anyone that has poor rune area, or command area, like 3, is not that great. But yeah, you can do... So you can grab her. Can I actually look at their stats? Yes, I can. So yeah, if I wanted to, I can grab some archers, because I didn't have any last time. I kind of wish there was a way to, like, sort these. Then you can try to look at things like character growth and rune growth. In most cases, their character growth is going to be like D or something. And then each of these characters, like I mentioned before, are just going to start at the base level. So Geo, instead of being a saint, will be a cleric at the beginning. So yeah, you can pretty much go through all of these and pick whoever you want and go from there. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'm The Depressed Theodore, this is Brigandine. If you're looking for a decent strategy RPG that has some pretty decent replay value, definitely recommend this game. I'll see you guys next time.